Hello, hello, and welcome to Benny Babbles, the podcast with me, Geraint Rhys Benney, sponsored by the enhancementproject.co.uk app. And my guest is ready. I had to fill in then because he wasn't quite there, but I do excuse me. I'm going to change the thing at the bottom and say this may contain strong language and themes of an adult nature. Because on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, my guest is the one and only EGGMAN himself, Jonathan Evans. Mr. Mr. Egg, are you comfortable?
Oh, extremely comfortable. Extremely comfortable.
Now, for anyone that doesn't know Egg, and as the first time tuning in, me and Egg, we do a wonderful Saturday morning podcast with each other called Something for the Weekend with Benny and Egg. You can go look for that on Facebook and on YouTube as well. And but he's a man of many talents. Fashion is one of them. So, introduce yourself, Egg.
Hello, I'm Egg.
This is Egg. Now, Egg and myself, over the last, I'd say, 10 years have visited a number of festivals together. If you're going to go to a festival with anyone, then this is the man to go for a festival with. I hope you got trousers on with there. Egg is the man to go to a festival with.
This is going to impede my
breathing,
my speaking, and my beverage. So I'm going to take it off.
Yeah, you take it off. Oh no, he's naked now.
And I thought it would be. I thought this could be like in bed with Egg.
In bed with Egg,
like Falling Yates type thing. You know what I mean?
If you want to stay topless, then you stay topless. But
no, I don't think the world is ready.
I'm trying to drive my numbers up, like so. Dad
I don't think the world
in these days, but
the world isn't ready for it.
The world isn't ready for it. So yeah, as I was saying, me and Egg, we've gone to many festivals together, and we've both got in lots of messes together as well over the years. And but what would you say is your favourite festival, Egg?
Stupid question to ask me that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because I know there's so many, but looking back over the years, not just the festival itself, but the whole situation of it, like
there's only one festival out there, really. There's loads of other festivals, but nothing top Glastonbury for me. It's the be all and end all of everything. You can have I don't know. It's every little festival that's started around the country that you might have been to over the years. That little festival that's in that corner of the country, and that festival in that corner of the country. It's like as if they all come together in one. So if you want to experience a little festival in Glastonbury, you can. You plenty of little corners of the site that you can go to and enjoy. Or if you want to be big stages, then you've got that as well. So yeah, it's got everything.
So, because well, before I move on with it, we have had the message in. Bit early for that, Egg. Yeah, he's put it back on now. He's put it back on.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we've been, is it 3 or 2 Glastonburys together?
One.
Is it one?
Yeah, only one. 2009.
It was. That's right. Yeah, it was. It was
2009. Myself, yourself, and your friends from up north.
It was. That's right.
And it was the one and only time I've ever slummed it in a tent in with the masses in Glastonbury. And I said it's the last time I'll ever do it as well.
It was wet, if I remember.
We had a bit of rain, but
I think the first 2 days were a little bit rainy, but the rest of it was quite a thing we get. Now we seen the Killers, didn't we? Before they were famous. Is it the Killers? No, not the Killers. What's the one? Sex on Fire. Who were they?
Kings of Leon.
Aye, them. They were there, weren't they?
Were they? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I genuinely don't know. I can't remember.
I know I seen Spinal Tap.
Yeah, you saw Spinal Tap, and because I'm a massive rugby fan, I went to see.
You went to watch the rugby.
I went to watch the British Lions against South Africa, and we lost.
Because
I really wanted to go see Spinal Tap.
Because Mr. Cheney was there as well, and we went to see Spinal Tap in the film the night before, didn't we?
We did indeed, yes.
And we all and I was introduced to Anvil.
Yeah. I've actually got the Anvil DVD in the house.
No way. Well, it must have been about 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. We watched those two films straight after each other.
I bought the Anvil documentary because Aled was putting them on in Bridgend.
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yeah.
And I couldn't make that gig for whatever reason. I know.
I was supposed to interview him, but I couldn't go out for some reason.
I had something on that night, whether it was work or on another gig somewhere else. I don't know, but I really wanted to go to that. It's one of the ones that's on the list of bands that you'd like to see in your local venue, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, definitely. Lee Mayers, hello, buddy. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Benny Babbles podcast.
Let me put my lights on.
Oh, he's going to put his lights on. We're going to see him in his full splendor now. He thinks he's quite dark. It's not, that bad, to be honest.
No, it's looking like the red light district in like.
Have you moved your? Oh no, I can see now. We're at a different angle. Normally you're at the desk over there behind you.
I'm normally over there on a desk. But I'm in bed.
So we've worked out the joys and comforts. So we've worked out that obviously Glastonbury is your favourite festival, and obviously you were going this year. Didn't manage to actually get a ticket, but you managed to get in with Oxfam. Is that right?
Yeah, I've always said by hook or by crook, if I want to go to Glastonbury, I'll get in there somehow. I've always paid. I got into Glastonbury I didn't go on until 2000. Was the first time I ever went. And that particular year, I didn't get a ticket till the week before. And that year was my first experience. And I said I'd never ever miss it again. I did miss 3 in like the mid-noughties for various reasons. Not because I didn't get a ticket, but because
that's when you were in jail, that wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But I've always said by hook or by crook, I get a ticket, and although I didn't get a paid for ticket this year, I managed to get in with Oxfam. And in fact, my training course with Oxfam is going to be. It's supposed to be next Wednesday night in Cardiff, but that's not going to happen now either.
Well, surely they could do it online, couldn't they?
There's a Zoom thing.
Well, no, get you all trained ready for when it's going to be a year now. Well, this is moving on to my next story of this year. Festivals, I can't see anything, not one.
Well, no, another one I was going to this year, EGGMAN, that's been pulled today.
Today, yeah, I noticed this morning that.
I think everyone knows they're all going to get cancelled at the end of the day. It's the obvious thing to do, and it is. If we're not going to have sporting events until no one knows, there's no way we're going to have music events and festivals and gigs and things like that. So I've already, in my head, there's not really any live music scene as we know it for the rest of this year.
Yeah. I think we're just going to have to sort of accept it. And
learn to live with something, with the alternative. And there's plenty of alternatives at the moment with plenty of people live streaming gigs, and
there is you can't replace a live gig, not only for the audience, but also for the artist as well, because obviously you feed off your crowd. But yeah, we are going to have to look at things differently over the next 12 months, and hopefully it'll settle a bit down then after that. But so what do you think? There are no festivals, as you just said. People are going online.
Well, there's still hope. There's still one more festival I got a ticket for, I know. Ultimately, it's probably going to get cancelled as well. But
Well, the thing is, if it doesn't get cancelled, I think I've lost my chance because I didn't buy the ticket when I had the chance because I was a bit skint. But it's going to sell out because it'll be, it's quite a popular festival anyway. Even though it's not well known, I know which festival you're talking. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want him to go. I want to get my ticket.
well, they're still on sale. What? They're still on sale.
I know, but
Anyway, yeah, we're all about Between the Trees down in Merthyr Mawr. So
yeah, it's an amazing festival, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never heard of it, go Google it after the show. Don't do it now. But if you are doing something now, you can pop over to YouTube and subscribe if you watch it on Facebook. The Benney Babbles podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, please. Get my numbers up. And when you're over there, you can do save for something for the weekend podcast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look for us on Twitter as well. We're on Twitter. The Benney Babbles podcast and something for the weekend. There we are. Yeah, selfless plug-in. Hey, what else are we here for? So do you think there's going to be... Can you think of anything, like you've put gigs on? You've been putting gigs on for years. That's how... we were talking the other week, last week, sorry, when I was talking to Chris Davis, and he was saying that he couldn't remember how me and him met. Yeah. And then you piped in and said, that's true, I can't remember how you met. So I've been really racking my brains, and I've remembered both.
Oh, have you?
I remembered both.
Right, go on, spill the beans.
Well, yours would have been Edford's gig. The gig you put on for Edford.
Right.
Oh, no, it wouldn't. It was the gig before that.
I knew you before that.
No, which is the first gig you put on in the Con Club?
Can't remember.
It was the Black Lion. Anyway, it was the Black Lion going to the Black. And then when you started, then you were putting gigs on there. So we knew each other, but we never really think. But it was only when you started putting gigs on in the Con Club that we started bothering.
I can't remember.
Maybe I'm more wrong again. And I believe it was Chris was.
I knew you before you stood for MP. So when did you stand for MP?
2005.
What was that?
2005 I stood first time, obviously.
I knew you before that because I wouldn't have voted for you otherwise.
Oh, what a man. Yeah, well, no, that was from the Black. That was then. So
I don't think the gig's on in the Black then, were they?
No, I think it was just going out and the Cambrian and the Conway and just being around town. I think it was before that.
Yeah. It must have been through. It must have been through someone like Chapman or Chalice or something like that.
I think it was. Yeah, it was through probably Chapman or Chalice.
Because I remember speaking to Craig first when he used to work in the tavern, and then obviously the band was going in, wasn't it?
Yeah, Serotonin then, wasn't it?
So yeah. I don't know. So it must have been through him. I don't know whether you knew him back then. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I kind of did. That was when he was working in there. That was sort of when I started to get to know Craig. Like, in fact, I'm trying to get Craig to come on one night, but I think he's afraid of all the stories that I'll try and get out of him and it'll ruin his career for life. We've just had a message in. You're like an old married couple, man. Actually, Eggy looks like he's about to give birth.
Hang on. Let me just spread up.
But yeah, so I think so. Yeah, so it would have been about 2003 then.
Yeah, possibly around that time. Yeah,
We'll probably been around that time. And then Chris was much later. I know Chris was much later. Again, knew him from around town, from going to gigs and things like that, and always say hello. But you don't never really spoken to these
I
people,
got
thing like.
I got a bit of a confession about Chris.
Oh, is this the crush you had on him?
Yeah, of course. So he basically said that when he first met me, he thought I was a knob.
yeah, he did.
No, I genuinely, right, thought that I hadn't met Chris until I started seeing Creek,
Yeah,
which was our late 90s. I probably started gonna see him. And when he said on your interview with him last week that he said, oh yes, it was a bus. We had a bus to King's X, and I was like, I never went to see King's X, like, but I knew they supported Amtrak. So when we put two and two together, and it was like, oh, it was when King's X supported Amthrax, which was in St David's Hall in 1989, I think it was.
Yeah.
Now at that time, I did say to him, I wouldn't be a knob like that anyway. But when I thought back, I thought, yeah, when I was around about 17, 18, and 19, I was a bit of a knob because I had a say in back in the day. And
right, you have a say in.
I had a say in. I did.
Right, yeah.
Do you know if someone says something to you and it's like they think it's the bee's knees and what have you? Oh, I've done so and so. I've done so and so. I've met this. I've done that.
Yeah.
My answer to anything like that was so. And I used to say that 1 2-letter words so many times to so many different people. It's like, yeah, people probably did think I was a dick and a knob back in the day because, blah, 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 blah.
So?
Like, and that's basically, I used to say I saw man. So I'm wondering, perhaps if,
we worked out why you were a dick.
Huh?
Well, if the timing is right, then that probably would. I could never see you as a dick egg. You're too nice.
But I've never done.
You have, yeah. Haven't we all? Haven't we all? So
quite regularly. Anyway, sorry.
I would say, is there a festival that you would love to go to that you've never been to?
Ooh. I've always fancied going to Boomtown.
Right.
But I always fancied going to it about 10, 15 years ago, or 10 years or whatever ago.
Right, yeah. Old Boomtown then.
It was because I know it was like really sort of small at the time. It's like the Workhouse Festival that you went to a couple of times before. It's nice and small. Obviously now it's different. It's like I think it's like 30,000-40,000 people now.
Sean went last year. He did.
Yeah, as opposed to like a couple of thousand in the middle of nowhere type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's grown a bit now. So it appealed to me 10, 15 years ago, but not so much now. I wouldn't mind going, but I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't mind going to what's the one out in Spain? Benny.
I know which one you mean.
I can never pronounce it. That one. But no, nothing really sort of jumps out to me that I really, really want to go to something.
Yeah.
Because it's the lineup these days of festivals don't bother me. I can go to a festival and
not yeah. Well, we used to do. That's what we did when we went to Glastonbury. Really, most of the bands we seen were on the smaller stages.
Yeah,
because they the people that you'd probably never gonna see again. And
yeah, I when I go to a festival, sometimes it's about it always used to be about the music, but now it's more about like I suppose like the company you're with.
And the atmosphere that you're in,
the atmosphere you're part of, and just basically like people watching and things like that. And
the reason that I've gone to EGGMAN Festival for the last number of years with you, because like I enjoy EGGMAN. It's a nice little festival, beautiful surroundings, but the music situation, it just doesn't come. It just doesn't float my boat. Like, but I enjoy it.
15,
I go on.
I was going to say 15 years ago, I would never ever have thought I would have ever gone to EGGMAN. Obviously, I didn't know about it at the time. I hadn't heard about it or anything like that. And it was only by chance. I was, I remember it quite vividly, actually. The first time I'd ever heard about EGGMAN. And it was having a phone call off Julian. I had popped to Swansea.
Yeah.
Because it was Delith's birthday. And she had a flat in Swansea Marina at the time. And it was her birthday. I popped down in a car to give her a card. And as I was on the way home, Julian phoned me, "What are you doing today?" I said, "I'm on the way home from Swansea." He said, "Fancy coming to a festival?" He said, "I got a spare ticket and all you need to do is drive me home." He said, and he was there with his better half and she had to go home. He didn't want to go home. So I ended up having a freebie ticket for the Sunday. And it was like, why didn't I know this festival was here?
Yeah.
It's like 40 minutes from my house. And I never even heard of it. I think it was only the second year it was actually at Crickhowell in that capacity.
Yeah.
And it's like my second favorite festival. There's bands that get announced every year. To be fair, I have a clue who they are.
Yeah,
It's only through those bands being at EGGMAN that I'll get into. I will sort of by default get into them.
Yeah.
There's been so many bands I've seen at EGGMAN now that I got into, and it's like changed my sort of musical taste quite a lot.
Well, I was going to say, now you're a fan of music. Nobody can take that away from you, and you've got quite a varied taste in music, from the Wombles to Elbow. Do you know what I mean? And it is though, and you have got such a wide range of taste of music, really. And like I said, me and Egg, we do a podcast together called For the Weekend. Well, before it was a podcast, it was a radio show. And I wasn't allowed to pick any music, really.
No, the taste of shit. That's right.
So
Egg, if you had control of the music, every week we'd be playing like Joe Dolce.
Shut up, your face.
We would. That's what we'd be playing every weekend.
Joe Dolce, Spitting Image.
Yeah, we'd be playing. We'd be
Clive Denton and Grandad.
Yeah, exactly.
The theme from Bergerac.
And don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for those songs. It's like that's like Sunday afternoon entertainment on a jukebox in the Cam 15 years ago.
I'm still there.
Like, I don't know, I don't go there anymore. So
does anyone?
But yeah, it's like time and the place, but not when you're trying to build up a radio listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Eggy used to pick the songs, and a marvelous job he used to do as well, introducing me to new things, because I've got a very varied taste of music. I do say people do take the piss out of me because they say your music taste is shit, but it's just the fact that I like their music as well, but I also like things that I think normal people should like. You know, I like humorous songs and fun songs.
Yeah, so do I. But again, it's like if you like funny, humorous songs, then they're not. I don't know. That's like someone that's like basically someone telling you the same joke every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
You know, You know, you get
Until
sick of it after a
until
while,
you
don't you?
laugh at that joke, I'm gonna tell it every bloody day.
No, yeah, nah, yeah, you've got
So,
crap taste in music. No,
so
to be fair, no one's got crap taste in music. It's one of the things I've always said. Is that I'll never call a band crap if I go and see them.
yeah, no,
It's like bands are not crap. It's just they don't appease to your taste in music at the end
yeah,
of the day.
yeah.
So,
As
but most people will say, "I don't like them. They're crap." Well, no, they're not crap. You don't like that type of music, so they're not crap.
well, moving on to crap
Although,
music.
although some bands are crap because they can't play, but at least they
Yeah,
got the balls to get up there and do it in the first place. But
yes, yeah.
so they're not crap, if you know what I mean.
Well, talking of
Yeah.
crap,
Right.
being in a crap band. Now, Eggy also is known for being, and he's quite musical without being musical.
I'm not musical
He's
in that
in.
sense.
You've been in 3, 4 bands.
Ooh.
Ah,
Ooh.
without being the singer or
Oh, actually, I've been in 4.
four without
I've,
being the just with no. He's like me without no musical uh, talent
I've,
whatsoever.
I've technically been in 4 bands. I've played. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say played. I've technically sung in 2 of them.
Yes, Boogie and Thursday Night Music Club.
Yeah. Could I say I've performed in another one? Would that be an apt word?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I suppose you did. You performed in that. You were you're an integral part of the makeup of the band.
Well, I was an undertaker in Elvis Presley and the Undertakers.
You
I
were,
was whatever you want to call us in Thursday Night Music Club.
and you were a
It's not
part
really,
of the ensemble.
well, yeah, I was going to say that's not really a band. That's just a collective.
It's a collective. It's a music collective.
Yes, exactly. And there was generally 1 or 2 people actually genuinely making music, and the rest of us would just shake and bang stuff
And make noise.
in an untimely manner.
Yeah.
And then and I'm with currently still Spirit of Boogie, basically principal maraca shaker and principal mess maker.
So what's the 4th one then?
The 4th one was the first band I was ever in.
Oh, right. Now I've
We
heard
never
about this, but I
right,
you've never really actually told me much about this.
right. So before I go any further, let's move my camera because my battery's just about to run out. So what I'm going to do,
Honestly, yeah.
I'm going to
Move
move
around
back
by his
over
desk.
to my usual place.
Who lives in a house like this? Every time somebody walks around the house with the thing, I've got to do Roy Grossman. I just got to. Yeah.
And as I'm wandering around, my trousers are just falling halfway down my arse.
Yeah, I'm glad there's not a mirror behind you.
No, that's over there. Right, yeah. So first band I was in, bit of a weird thing it was really, because I think it was four of us, I think, or 5, 4 of us.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a band. I think it was just four, possibly 5 of us, basically trying to act cool. I can't do cool.
Well, that's a band then, isn't it?
Yeah, but none of us could play.
Yeah, there's loads of bands that are famous that still do that. They can't play the instruments properly. They just try to act cool.
None of us could play instruments, and I mean literally none of us. I was deemed the singer. I didn't play any instruments.
Good. See, good man.
And when we turned up to practice, I don't remember even singing, to be fair, because we could never. I think we only had about 2 or 3 practices, and the reason the band was set up was it was a mate's art project in school for his either for his A levels or O levels or something. I think it was his A level art, and we were a thrash metal band. We were called Bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
And we tried to do a few covers. I remember us trying to do Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, with Black Sabbath, and that's the only one I ever remember us trying to do. I can't remember what else we've done. And it was a case of Lee Williams, who you might know, who you should know.
I do, yeah.
He was a drummer, and at the time, his father owned the Golden Post. And in front of the Golden Post, there was the like the doorway type thing to go in, and there was there's a big flat roof. Come back, yeah, Golden Post. Now the Ennis Cannon in.
Now the Ennis Cannon, yeah.
And at the front of the place was a flat roof, and our dream was at the time was to play a gig on top of that roof to the masses in the beer garden.
to masses in the beer garden.
Yeah. So Williams was on the drums. Sharky was the guitarist.
Yeah.
I think no, it wasn't. It was Aled. Aled was the guitarist. I can't think who was the bassist, and I think the bassist didn't have a bass, but he had a guitar, so he played the top 4 strings of a guitar. It was just all pants because no one could play that instrument properly. It was a pile of crap, basically. And
but you had to go though.
Yeah, and I remember writing our signature tune, which was called Bloodbath, and the lyrics went, "Here's the blood, there's the bath. Put the blood in the bath and have a bloodbath."
A bloodbath. I like it. Hey,
it's like a 20-second song. Oh, that's the other song we done. We also done a cover of Nuclear Assault's "Hang the Pope," because with that one you didn't have to keep any time. Williams could just hit shit out of the drums. Boys on a guitar and bass would just hit shit out of the guitar and bass, and I would just scream "Hang the Pope" about 20 times.
Have you ever thought about reuniting? Like,
no. Perhaps we should reunite and actually do that one gig that we never done.
Yeah, Spice Girls did it. You know what I mean? Spice Girls go back together.
Yeah, I think we were about. I think I was about 18 at the time. I think when we were doing that, I must have been 18 because I was driving at the time. Because I was the one. I was the one who could only drive. So I used to take our gear to, and it was in the Earth building in Wynn Street where we used to practice.
Street, I know. Yeah,
that's where we used to practice.
Yeah, it would have been
about the 2 or 3 times that we ever did practice. Like,
when would that have been then? 1980.
It was when I was in college. I was 18, going on 19, so 88.
88. Wow.
Yeah, I was in college. So I was in college 87 to 88. So it would have been 87. I passed my driving test in June 88.
Yeah.
So perhaps it was last summer.
Probably that summer then.
Yeah, probably was.
So,
anyway.
as Spirit of Boogie, do you want to give them a bit of a plug and explain what the Spirit of Boogie are? Your current.
There's no there in it.
Huh?
There's no there in it.
All right, Spirit Boogie.
I am here.
Spirit Boogie. So Spirit Boogie, not Spirit the Boogie. Spirit Boogie. They are a funkadelic funk band, I suppose. Too close. You can put a link in the thing afterwards if you want. Spirit of Boogie.
See, there's no there in it. Yeah, Spirit of Boogie. Funk. Basically, funk 70s disco funk collective. I don't know. Whatever you want to call us.
That's that. Oh, right. Okay. Good sales pitch there. So if that's what you're looking for, the problem is now with COVID, with the distancing measures. I can't even say the word. The distancing measures. You wouldn't all be able to perform.
No, we'd probably have to all
live together.
All have to play in 12 separate venues at the same time.
you'd all have to live together for a
Actually,
fortnight before and a fortnight after the gig.
if we had a social distance in the venue, i.e. be 2 meters apart,
You'd have to do it all around the room.
because there's so many of us, there probably wouldn't be enough room left in the venue
For
having
people, yeah.
punters.
Because how many of you is there now altogether?
I think there's only
Well-
10 of us.
Now there is.
Now there is, yes.
But when it was at its full speed,
There was only ever 12, I think, in the band at any one time. But there has been occasions. There has been occasions where there's been more than 12 on stage at the same time.
Yeah, because you've had
We
ex-members coming back.
We welcome people with open arms. So if whatever we're playing, whatever, and
because what I quite like about it now, not that I did like it before, was like before you had a front man, and it was, the front man and the Spirit of Boogie kind of thing, really. But now it's just Spirit of Boogie, and the fact that people share the songs now.
Yeah, there's
so there's a number of singers in the band that share the songs.
There's 4 out of the 10.
Yeah.
10 core members. I'll say 10 core members because there's 10 that if we was to do a gig today, it'd be 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Depending on certain times of year, if for argument's sake Ewan is around, then he'll play. And if Ewan is doing some vocals, there'll be 5 out of 11 will then do lead. So it is. It's like I like all sort of bands where it's like
it is. It is because
men.
Every time that there's always something different with Spirit of Boogie, because no show is exactly the same, because there's always usually a different makeup of people in and out of the band. And when that happens, it does make it changes it, but it changes it in a good way, not in a shit way.
I think we've done. I think gigs have been done with as little as 6 in a band, but possibly up to about 17 at one stage.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I remember I've seen some of the and it's been there's more people on stage than it is in the audience.
Well, there's never more people on stage in the audience with our gigs.
Very true. Very true.
People. It's like Wayne's World. Book the boogie and they will come.
It is one of the, and you've built up such a good name for yourselves now, that I'd say you are one of the premier party bands in South Wales, and I still think you should be. No, I would, because every gig that you do. Everyone's always up dancing, and it's fun, and they can see that you guys are enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I think it's because everyone on stage enjoys it.
It is.
So, and everyone on stage is smiling, having a laugh, enjoying themselves. And
it works.
If you can portray that on stage, then it'll rub off, I suppose, on the audience as well. So
no, it does, and
it's nothing to do with the fact that half the band are absolutely pissed out of their skull when they play. I mean,
no drinking on the job, please. No drinking on the job. But yeah, I suppose that is going to be a consideration for you guys in the future.
We were supposed to have played on Saturday night in Jack's.
Yeah,
but. Just as it'd been booked for months and months and months, and it literally just on the cusp of putting the word out there, and it's like the shit hit the fan. So so basically never happened. But what we have said is as soon as lockdown finishes, if our local venue doesn't have a band booked for that first weekend that the unlock, when everyone's allowed to go out, that first weekend, as long as the venue hasn't a band booked, we said we'll do it.
Oh, cool.
Let's get everyone in.
But you don't Yeah, get the whole band in, and then you'll have 20 punters allowed in because there's no.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? It was first weekend, everything reopens. We say we'll do a gig. We get 250 people like sardines into Jack's, and the following week is like everyone's in hospital because it's like, oh, I went to see Spirit the movie and I caught this fucking virus.
Well, there's something that Jax has going for it.
What else?
And that's the fact that it has the upstairs area as well. And I think if need be of sort of, and I think people would work with this, because of obviously if they want to see the band, is the fact that using the screen upstairs to show the band playing downstairs as well.
Actually, that's been discussed not a long time ago. Not too long ago, that's been discussed.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea because
it might actually happen one day, because when you have the larger gigs in the venue, sometimes people will want to. It's a bit weird, because when you go to a well-established venue to go and see an established band,
yeah,
it's like you're going there, you're going to a gig, you're standing up. It's a standing room only type event. But for some reason, when you're in a small venue in a little Valleys town, it's like a Valleys mentality. Oh, I don't know what to say, and it's like, oh, you come to a music venue. You know
yeah, yeah, but
so
unless they go to Cardiff, they're not used to that.
So this, I think, on the larger gigs, if there's nothing going on upstairs, then it could potentially be used as like an overspill. So between bands, go upstairs, go and have a sit down, and if we can wire some, if the powers that be can wire some speakers up or the screen, it is something that's doable.
I
need cameras first, though.
You do need cameras first, but you can get them at especially you get them. It's going to be a part of his business, really, isn't it, to improve his business, because he can still get the punters in then. Because obviously downstairs is going to be a reduced number of people because of the social distancing, and at least there's an overspill upstairs then for, and you can still see the band. Now, some people go to Jack's simply for not just because of the band, but it's to support Jack's.
Yeah.
They might not particularly like the band, but they go in there because I've done it loads of times. I've gone there where it's like I'm not interested in the band, but I'm going because everyone else is out. But then instead of you sort of clogging downstairs up, you can go upstairs and sit down, still see the band, like with your mates. But no, I don't believe that you thought of that before, and it's all my idea.
I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can be. I'm sure it's in the minutes of a previous meeting down there.
But no, because it is, Jack's is a marvelous venue for for the town to have, really, and the work that they're doing down there, bringing in named artists is amazing. Luring them from Swansea and Cardiff to come to Aberdeen.
Do you know what's supposed to be there next Thursday? Get in.
Electric Six again, was it?
Yeah, Electric Six next Thursday.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to happen.
No. I was. As I thought, have I bought tickets for that?
I think it's been rescheduled, if I remember rightly.
I might have bought, because when it was first advertised, I thought they're going to go. I think I might have bought tickets for that. I forgot. I don't know. I've forgotten. I'm like you. I buy tickets and then I forget. And then the day after you go in, and you think, what's this beer? Oh shit! I was supposed to have gone and seen Simply Red last night.
Do you know what I forgot to see once upon a time, years and years and years ago? It was in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
I had tickets for 2 separate gigs in St David's Hall, and I got the dates totally mixed up. Well, I got the dates totally mixed up for one of them, as in, say the gig was tonight.
Yeah.
I thought it was like next Thursday.
Right.
So come like the Monday or the Tuesday of the week I'm thinking the gig was on, I would go to dig the tickets out, and it's like, bollocks, it was last week. And I had front row tickets for Frank Skinner in St David's Hall in about 1994, 95, something like that.
No way, when he was at the height of his...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Front row. And it was like, how did I balls that up? Like, it was just a genuine cock up with dates. I'm normally pretty shit out with the dates when I was back then. Anyway, I'm useless these days.
I know.
But that's the first ever gig of whatever that I ever missed that I had a ticket for. Front row was all. That did.
Okay, right. What about this one? Have you ever met anyone, like a hero or someone you look up to, at a festival?
I've met quite a few people at festivals.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person who's like, whoa, it's so-and-so over there. Or I got to go over and meet them and shake their hands and have a photo. I'm not. It's like,
you do it sneakily, don't you?
No, they're another human being. That's why it might have been different years gone by, but at the moment they're just another human being.
Yeah.
So it's like, although 2 years ago John Grant was at EGGMAN, he was in the comedy tent doing a talk. I was being recorded for I can't remember what the magazine was now. It's been recorded for future broadcast.
Yeah.
And after so when he comes off, people were going up and meeting him. And I thought, I just hang about, and I just said, and he comes over, and I was just like, he was like, great, looking forward to seeing you tonight. Have a good one, type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have sneakily tried to meet someone at Glastonbury, because you've just reminded me of something.
Right.
It was in 2010. It was the first time I had my sister and my brother-in-law came to Glastonbury with us. So it was their first experience. And we were up in the park. And I saw this fella walk past. And I was like, oh, it's Gavin Henson there. I thought, I'm gonna go and have a... He was like...
We do a song
it was 2010. It was a boiling hot year. It was literally nearly 40 degrees all weekend. So it was spent so much time in tents as opposed to out in the sun. And I thought, but you could still see he had like fake tan and all that on. And so I was going to go and have a word with him, take the Mickey out of him. I was going to go and speak to him, basically say, hey, you got your fake tan, or why, better, I guess. So anyway, I seen him going into the bar. So I basically followed him into the bar, and it's like I was looking around, and there's one line of people going across the bar, leaning against the bar, waiting to get through. I was like, there he is. So as I was going over, he was getting taller and taller and taller as I was getting nearer him. And then I basically stood behind him, and I was like, just looked up like that, and I thought, fucking hell, look at the fucking size of him. And honest to God, I'm 6 foot. And it's like, I was like looking up there, and his shoulders were like that. And I thought, I'm not saying anything to him.
That's the thing, see, he doesn't look that big when he's on TV on the rugby pitch.
He's massive. He's like a fridge.
When he's next to some of the other players on the thing, they make him look small. Yeah. So you think he's much smaller than he actually is.
It's just something else. So what was your question again? What was it?
Anyone you've met at a festival that you were a bit like, like you met a hero or someone that you admire at a festival?
someone walked past me once and basically in Green Man and basically looked at my beard and goes, "Hey man, nice beard," and carried on walking. I thought, who's that? Apparently that turned out to be Father John Misty, who's been Fleet Foxes.
All right.
I knew nothing about him at the time, but Justin was there at the time, and he said, anyway, he basically said who it was. I didn't have a clue. But no, I genuinely don't think I have met anyone at the festival that is like, or have I?
Oh, have you?
Have you?
I
don't think so.
No. Have you ever? Okay, then. Have you ever performed on stage at a festival?
Yes, I have. Briefly.
Do you want to explain to us what that your performance was and how you became to be how you ended up performing?
Is this Green Man in Comedy Tent?
It was, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Very surreal. In fact, I was only talking about this today. Yeah,
so we were at Green Man about, I don't know, it's got to be about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah. About 5-6 years ago.
Basically, it was at the time. It was like after all the music or late on in the night, there was nothing on. I just go to the Comedy Tent. There's always good comedy on in it.
Amazing comedy.
I think it might have even been the very last night. Possibly.
Sunday night it was, yeah. Sunday night.
So basically, for me, Sunday night at the festival, I never drink on a Sunday at a festival. When I say never, I might have 1 or 2 pints in the afternoon, but that's
just looks after me instead.
I always want to drive home early on a Monday from the festival. So on a Sunday, I'm sober as a judge. And in the comedy tent, watching random comedy. Usual thing is with me, if it's comedy, I like to be down the front, not necessarily to be part of it. I know people get picked on when they go down the front at a comedy gig, but I like to be down the front. I just like to be down the front.
You can see better.
Yeah. And yeah,
you can hear more as well.
Yeah, I think during the night, I think for every act, people would, at the end of an act, there'd be some free seats in front of us. So jump into the next seat and the next seat. And by the end of the night, it was like front row, and it was Chris Corcoran, Greg Davis, a couple of other comedians, which I can't remember.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Welsh DJ Hugh Bumford? No, not Hugh Bumford. Hugh Bumford. I'm Hugh Stevens. Sorry.
Hugh Stevens. Yeah, it was. And there was somebody else as well. Like I can't remember who it was. Yeah, there was somebody else quite famous there as well. Yeah, was it Rod Gilbert? Or was he there the night before?
Rod Gilbert was there, but yeah, he did his Saturday morning show there, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah.
So
I think he was on stage as well because he'd come back for that. I think.
I don't think he was on stage at the time,
wasn't he? Anyway,
I don't think so. Because I got the photos to prove it.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember how I got up or why or who's or why's.
They were short in a team.
A team.
They were having a competition. I think.
Right. So I can't remember why.
I'm shit faced as well at the same time as I'm trying to remember something that I thought might have been.
It was a musical. It was a musical piece.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
They give me a tambourine to shake.
Yeah.
And you filmed it for me, if I remember rightly.
I think I did it. So there's footage somewhere on.
Yeah,
probably on Facebook or something.
But yeah, basically, I was there on stage, stood next to Greg Davis. So funny enough, I was watching on TV last night because I started watching Cuckoo is being repeated on BBC One.
Brilliant.
And I started watching the first episode of that again last night. And so I'm stood next to Greg Davis, and again, he's like, I was looking up to him. I was like, look at the fucking size of him.
Well, that's what I was thinking when you said about Gavin Henson being a big guy, and it was like
Greg Davis is bigger than Gavin Henson.
Oh yeah, the man's a giant.
Like Greg, what was he? Was 6'8" or 6'10", something like that? I don't know.
He's got to be. He is, because we've seen him a number of times now.
Greg Davis.
Yeah, we see him in Cardiff as well.
Have I?
Yeah. Yeah. Rod
Have I?
Gilbert.
Seen Rod Gilbert a couple of times, but not on his own show.
No, but no, yes, you have.
I
You
seen him at a
came.
charity thing.
Yeah, the charity thing. Yeah, and
in-
Rod Gilbert and wasn't Craig Davis there as well on that one? But
yeah,
then the
yeah,
surprise,
yeah, he was.
but then at the end, the surprise guest, which nobody knew was coming, was which we thought it was going to end, and then what's his name came on? Got the BBC One TV show, Michael McIntyre.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's right. Aye.
That's right.
Yes.
Because everyone was like, "What?" Because it added a good 20 minutes, half hour extra to the night, really, and it was a bit of a surprise that he was there.
Yeah, I would never have thought I would have enjoyed his comedy, but yeah, I do enjoy watching him now.
Yeah, I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with him. When he first came out, I found him funny. And then I think we had a little bit Michael McIntyre overload because he was on everything. And so, like, I don't watch, as you know, I don't watch telly anymore, anything really. So when I do see people now, it's like it's all through fresh eyes. Because if they are on telly a lot, then they're not overthink to me because it's like, oh, this is new. Who's he? Oh, he's been around for 10 years. We're on about. But yeah, but we do enjoy our comedy as well.
I love my comedy. I don't see enough comedy. I never. The only time I seem to watch comedy now is at EGGMAN. And I need to go and see more comedy shows. So it was tried in down the road in Jack's, but advertising a little bit more, you know.
Well,
but I love a good comedy night. Nothing better than laughter.
No, that's one of my philosophies. Laughter, laughter saved my life. But maybe now with the lockdown. Oh no!
Did my arse go in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Turn the other cheek, Egg. Turn the other cheek.
Did it really hang out there?
Yeah. Joe Rogan doesn't get these problems. No.
Ed did it out as one of those as a blooper, yeah. Put it on the blooper show.
No, what's his name? No, Jax.
Yes.
Now that the lockdown obviously is happened and things are going to be different afterwards. Maybe a comedy thing would be well worth trying again because the lack of, tickets to other places. So perhaps it would be quite good for music venues because if you can't go to, you're just going to share people out and they'll come to.
Yeah.
Maybe, there could be a bonus in there somewhere. I'm always looking for the positives in things, see.
I would love to see a regular comedy night locally. Maybe it's like if you want to watch any comedy, you do have to go to Cardiff, unless you get the odd big show up in like the Coliseum.
But then you're paying like 15, 20 quid then to go to see someone in the Coliseum.
Don't mind.
I know that, but it is quite expensive for two of you before your night starts. That's like 40 quid, like it is.
Look, stop getting sucked into that stupid argument of paying. Oh, it's £15 to go and see him in the Coliseum.
I wouldn't go to Cardiff. I wouldn't pay that in Cardiff either.
No, shut up now, right? Don't get sucked into. Oh, it's £15 in the Coliseum. It's like, well, all right then. I tell you what, rather than paying to see that act for £15 in the Coliseum, I tell you what, paying overinflated £25 to go see the same act in Cardiff. Then you've got to travel down. Then you've got to pay for the car parking or the train. Or you haven't got a train actually.
Well, I tried to get the tickets,
and you'll be paying £5 a pint. So it's like, well, no. If there's an act in the Coliseum.
The problem is with the Coliseum is that you
Go and
don't
support
really,
it, because
you don't
that's
really
cheaper.
I know they can't advertise the same way most people advertise because they council run and there's monopoly things and things like that. But I used to get a thing through my door, but I don't have it anymore.
I still
And
do.
you
I still
do,
do.
you
You want a
still do.
mailing list?
Perhaps I've just been taken off. I don't know because they got to thing it every now and again. Haven't they got to, because
It's
of
possibly
data
something to
protection.
do. It's probably something to do with the GDPR guidelines that came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, that they got to
Something
thing
like
it.
that.
So I'll have to put myself.
If since then you've added yourself onto a mailing list, then
Yeah.
you'll have them.
Well, and they're only allowed to keep your information for a certain amount of time as well, CNA. So maybe I should really get myself back on the mailing list because they used to have, they do the Park and Dare as well, and I've been over there to see a couple of shows. It's great.
Or don't necessarily put the onus on advertising finding you.
Go look for it.
You got fingers. You've got the internet at your disposal.
I have.
Go and search and find out what's going on in the world wide, whatever out there.
In the big wide world.
That's what I was thinking of.
In the big
wide world, not the World Wide Web.
Yeah. Well, everything's going to be on the World Wide Web for the time being until we're allowed out and to socialise with each other.
Everything's on the World Wide Web for me.
Now, if have you got them? Obviously, you are working at the moment.
Yes,
immensely. So
non-stop, incessant.
Incessant. That's a big word for you.
Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Basically, it's non-stop at the moment for us.
Yeah. Do they provide you with protective gear, like in case you got to come in contact with anyone?
My employers.
Yeah.
Of course, my employers give me protective equipment.
Oh yeah, but what kind of thing? Is it just a mask or and because like lots of different places are giving different different things really.
Everything is risk assessed.
Yeah.
So every action we do out, every action that we do when we're out on site, we risk assess it. So it's like whatever's needed. It's like right, okay, we got PPE for that, and if we haven't, then okay, we won't do it. Or we find an alternative way of doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
We find a safer. We'll find an alternative. Basically, PPE is the last form of defense.
Yeah.
So you want to try and find an alternative way of doing a task if you can,
without having to use the PPE.
It basically involves, if you've got to go into a customer's house, well, hang on, can I do the task without going into a customer's house?
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, I can. All right. Well, I don't need that PPM because I don't need to go into that customer's house. So yeah, it's.
So did you say you find it?
We've got it if needed. But we use our noodle and try and come up with an alternative solution.
Yeah. What worried about you, Seabat? Worried about you?
No need to be worried.
You're at that age, you know.
What age?
You're almost 50 now, aren't you?
6 weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
I know we don't look it, but
no. Do you know what? This is the thing. Obviously, you are going to be 50 in 6 weeks. I've still got a number of years to go, but I'm creeping closer to it every day. And
I don't feel 50.
No, you don't. You don't look 50. You don't act 50 either. What is a 50-year-old supposed to act like? I get up quite often. People say how old you, and I'll tell them how old I am, and they go, "Oh, you don't act like that." And it's like, well, what am I supposed to act? What do you do? Yeah, you say like a 5-year-old. But it is. What is? How are you supposed to act your age? That's one of the worst things anyone can say to you. Oh, for God's sake, act your age. It's like, what am I supposed to do at the age of 50? Am I supposed to put my feet up with a pair of slippers on and smoke a pipe?
Smoke your pipe.
And watch EastEnders, is it?
Yeah. Smoke your pipe with bubbles in.
Smoke your pipe with bubbles in. No crack.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I've changed the way I live forever. Well, perhaps I have. I don't know. I probably have, and subconsciously.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you'll grow when you pick up new habits and you get rid of old habits, things that's only not it's only natural. But would you, when we were like even in our 20s
during the war,
during the war, when we
I
were in our 20s, you think about people that were 50 were like old, like where we know loads of people that are 50 now, and do people in their 20s look at us and think, yeah, we still young, we still act, yeah, look at us, and they're looking at us, they're going, look at those old bastards.
Oh, bless, look at them there.
Oh, look at them.
Trying to act like they're 17 again.
So do you think we just live in an illusion, or are people younger these days than they were a long time ago?
I think people are younger. I think people are more, I don't know. No, perhaps I shouldn't be saying shit, I guess. No, I just think, I think I don't know, the younger generation are more younger and perhaps, I don't know, is immature the right word? I don't know.
No, do you know what we are? I'd say you're right there. I think
don't get me wrong, I'm immature for my age, but I love a laugh and a joke, and yeah, exactly. We just two big kids.
Yeah, we are big kids. Yeah. And anyway, yeah, I suppose when I think it's because of the times that we live in, I suppose that
Well, I think what I'm coming from is like, I don't know. Everyone seems to want, younger generation basically expect like everything on a plate type thing. You know what I mean?
Entitlement, yeah. The younger generation, yeah, I'll admit with you, I've said this for a long time, that they live in a world of entitlement.
It's like, yeah, Daddy, I want a car, buy me one. It's like, well, when I wanted a car, I had to earn money, and but to be fair, Daddy did buy me one, but it was an old banger that was like 30 years old. But now everyone these days just drive around in flash
new cars,
top of the range cars, like.
It's all on tick, but it's all on tick. I just don't understand. Well, when we were in the, we went through a recession not so long ago, and it was like, oh, everyone's, but yet I seen it affected lots of people, but there was just as many people driving around in their posh cars and youngsters driving around in their posh cars. It's
the recession didn't affect me, weirdly, right? I was the recession helped. I basically got myself employment during the recession.
Yeah,
weirdly, and it got me the job. It got me the job I'm in now, which is the best job I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The recession didn't affect me. Plus, my mortgage got cheaper.
Well, my mortgage got cheaper.
So I was one of the I don't know. I was one of the abnormal statistics. So I suppose it goes with like an abnormal person to some degree. So
yeah, you are special, Egg.
Oh, well, I know.
You are special.
I know.
Well, dude, we've just done an hour. I know that you're up. You got things, you got work to do. I know you're drinking, or did you got work to do? But if you're happy to keep on going, we'll carry on going.
Yeah,
carry on
regardless.
Talking about carry on regardless, I've been during the lockdown. I've been watching a lot of Carry On films.
I saw bits of 2 about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but it was like the usual thing. Is just I haven't been watching a lot of TV as it happens because I've been. I suppose I haven't switched off from I have switched off from work, but is it because I'm now based at home? rather than in our office. Is like my home is now the office, so it's like it now feels I'm out. It's like it feels like you're at work all the time because this is my work. This is my work environment now. So it's
I
like
totally get that.
I'll do my work in the day, and then I'll have a break, go and have my food, and then it's like, right, what do I do now? I was like, oh, I'll log back on for another hour, and it's so I've sort of tried to stop doing that now. So it's like, bought myself a new chair for the garden, so I'm like started off then having a bit of sun.
Yeah.
Having some chill out time out there, eating my food out there, but I'm not watching TV. It's like tonight now, like the last 2 nights, I've switched TV on 11 o'clock in the night for an hour, and then I've nodded off. Not like me. So I did watch. I was flicking through the TV a couple of weeks back, about a month ago, and it was a Carry On film had started. So I watched a bit of it, had some food, and I thought, I've seen this film so many times, and it's like I started watching halfway through. And it's like, I know what happens. I'm not going to watch it like for the 100th time. So knock it off.
Shame on you.
I've done something else.
Shame on you.
No, but it's the same.
I know. I know. Well, all of them are the same, really. And once you see one, you see them all, really. It's the same premise, just in a different place.
There was one on, and I can't remember. It's like most Carry On films, you start watching them and think, yeah, I know what happens in this. There was one. There was I can't remember. Is it Carry On Cabby with the taxi drivers?
Or a black and white one.
Yeah, old black and white one.
Right. So basically, that's the war between him and his wife, and because she
set up a rival.
Yeah.
Is it Carry On Cabby?
It is Carry On Cabby. Yeah. Jim Dale played the part of, I think it wasn't it? No, it wasn't. That wasn't Jim Dale. No, it wasn't. Oh yeah, or was it Jim Dale? Was the husband of the husband and wife that were pregnant? I'm sure that the husband.
I think he was. I think he was in there. That's not necessarily a big role, but I think.
No, yeah, I think he was just the husband of the husband and wife thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I started watching it, but again, it was one of those I was flicking through, and it'd been on like 40, 50 minutes. I watched 20 minutes and then knocked it off, but. It's one of the Carry On. I can't really remember what happens. So it's one of the ones I haven't seen much of. So I'll have to look out for it and I'll actually watch that one.
They kiss and make up, and they basically.
So they then have 2 businesses, I suppose.
I think there was a robbery. I think there was a robbery, an armed robbery or jewelry robbery or something like that, and then they all.
That's right. Yeah.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, they were sending all the taxis to basically cut routes off to divert them somewhere.
Yeah, because they kidnapped one of the taxis as their getaway car, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, that's the only one. I can't really remember what happened, so I will have to watch that one properly one day.
Well, they foil a robbery, and yeah, they join forces again. I think something like that anyway. But there's something that you have been watching, I believe. No, I finished watching it last. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I finished watching it, which is Gangs of London.
All right, I don't normally like shows like that, but
well made, isn't it?
It's violent.
Do you know what it's made by?
It was well, to be fair, after like the second episode, I was like, the BBC Wales make this or something. I was thinking, because all these Welsh actors were basically coming in, and it's like guy from Hinterland. There was the guy
Richard
from
Harrington, from Stella.
The guy from Stella, Ginger. I can't remember. Rob, is it from Stella? I can never remember the actors' names. I'm useless with actors' names. There was, I don't know. There was a host of Welsh faces you'd see in there from all the different BBC Wales productions over the last few years. Like, I thought BBC Wales actually making this. I thought, and obviously a lot of them get killed. But
it was funded by the Welsh government.
Oh, was it?
They'd had a grant from the Welsh government to film it, and the guy that who developed it His name is Gareth Evans.
Oh, we interviewed last week, was it?
Yeah, no, Gareth Evans from Hirwain. To the
Oh,
film The
yes.
Raid.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen any of his work, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dude, honestly,
obviously I haven't.
it's just, it's an action film, so well made, choreographed. The fight scene, it's just brilliant, and that's what I enjoyed about this. Is the fight scenes, even though they were gruesome, they were
Yeah.
quite realistic as well.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there wasn't none of this. It was all like proper. This is what. Yeah, awesome. What a show.
That's the thing I like and dislike about films and shows. When I'm watching something, it's probably why I don't like action hero films like Superman and stuff like that, Spider-Man. When I watch something, I want it to be realistic. It's like
I
don't
get
like
what you're saying.
fantasy stuff. So I was like, but when I was watching Gangs of London, I was like thinking, you done hear in the news shit like this happening where an old bloody gypsy caravan site, 40, 50 people get bloody murdered and what have you. I was like, oh, this isn't real. Surely it's not, is this supposed to be like current day? Like, if it was like way back when, like 100 years ago, then like perhaps I wouldn't know about it. But it's like it's supposed to be present day, and it's like all these people getting murdered and sliced up, cut up, eye gouged. I don't know. I think I posted something on it. I think I'd seen more people killed last Sunday just gone in 6 episodes, and I think all it's the virus is really killing themselves. Like,
no,
but in fact, it's probably more people killed in Gangs of London in World War II.
well, obviously it is a bit more. It is a bit of fantasy and things like that. But then that's what why do you want to see real life on telly? We live in real life.
No, what I'm thinking, it's realistic. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
What mind you though? You'd be surprised. Obviously, we don't see it, but if we lived in London, the gangs in London, they are very much, at war with each other. Like, so I suppose it's based on they just emphasized everything a little bit, I suppose, and to make a story out of it.
Because it was this, I think it was around about this time last year, or just before this time last year. I first watched Peaky Blinders for the first time, and I was like, I'd never, and then I watched an episode, and I thought, oh, this is good. What are they on, like series 6 or 7 or something like that at the moment?
4.
But I hadn't watched one episode, so I happened to. Everyone was raving about it, and I decided to watch it from the very first episode. And I think over the course of a month, I basically caught up with over 6 or 7 years worth of bloody shows. Like,
I don't know, with Game of Thrones.
No, I won't watch that.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
And
then I sort of stopped.
Fantasy bollocks.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, don't.
Just for the sex scenes, it's worth it.
It's like, is it like? So, just to give an example, when I was growing up in like the 80s, I'd be on my ZX Spectrum playing like Manic Miner and bloody chicken, whatever.
You're thinking Dungeons and Dragons, you are, new.
That's exactly what I was. Never someone who played Dungeons and Dragons.
Think King Arthur.
I hated stuff like that.
And
that's the only fantasy thing I like watching is Merlin.
Well, then you should watch Game of Thrones. Seriously, it's worth having a go at. It is worth having a go at.
Although unbeknown to me, I have actually got a Game of Thrones in T-shirt or inspired T-shirt.
Have you now?
Yeah, it's I didn't know this. So when I bought the T-shirt, I just looked at it. I thought I like that T-shirt, and I bought it. And it was only when I wore it out. The first time I wore it out, it was to Amanda's birthday up at Bintry, and it's basically I am the god of tits and wine.
Right, yeah.
I know nothing about Game of Thrones. Everyone's on about Game of Thrones. It was like, huh? Well, I'm assuming that's a line from the film, from the series, or something, is it?
I think
I am
I
the
believe
goddess
so.
of wine.
I believe so. But yeah, I had to do a binge watch of that just to catch up with it. But I just, yeah, the problem is when something goes on that long, and then it's always going to be a disappointing ending. So I just took the ending for what it was, and
Yeah.
it's the same. I've never think I watched 2 episodes of Breaking Bad, and
Never
that's all
watched
I've
it.
ever watched.
So
And
the
then
nearest I've come to watching Breaking Bad is the Bleeding Noses doing a cover of the theme music, which incorporates them acting as different characters from the film, I think, from the series, and acting out. I think they were acting out sequences from Breaking Bad in the video for the song they done.
right,
That's as near as I've got to watching Breaking Bad.
yeah, just didn't grab me, like, just
Well,
not.
I don't intend to watch it either because it's
No.
finished now, I think, isn't it?
Oh yeah, a number of years ago now, I believe. But no, it's not something that I've. Now the guy that what's his name? The main actor in it. I think he's amazing.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
No idea.
What's his name? Anyway, brilliant actor. Brilliant actor. If it's a film with him in, I'll watch it because I generally think it's like if he's in it, that it's going to be a good film, and usually is as well. But yeah, but Breaking Bad, it just didn't do anything for me. Like, nothing.
My favorite actress appeared in a film this week that I watched. I've seen so many times before. I thought I didn't know she was in that. It's been so long since I've watched the film.
Right.
Basically, my Cheryl.
Cheryl Cole.
No, Cheryl. My Cheryl.
Who the hell's Cheryl?
Cheryl Meloff.
Who's that?
Over your head now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, Cheryl Meloff. She's a character in one of my favorite films ever. No.
I'm gonna Google her now.
Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
So Cheryl Meloff is Kirsten. I think of her surname now. Is it Kirsten Dunst? Anyway, she's in Paul. You've seen Paul?
Right. Yeah.
So I watched Paul on Sunday. I recorded it from I don't know a couple of weeks ago. It's
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig, that's right, Kristen Wiig. So a pile of what's his name? Simon Pegg and all that. Pile of their movies have been chucked on ITV 2, 3, 4, or whatever over the last few weeks. So I recorded them all. So weekend I watched Paul, and it's like, have you seen it, Paul?
Yeah, brilliant film.
When the girl from the caravan site and what have you gets on the bus and with them and what have you, I never knew that was Kristen Wiig.
Did you?
And Kristen Wiig she's Cheryl Meloff. Cheryl Meloff is my fantasy woman, basically.
Right. Oh.
And I didn't know. And I've seen Paul so many times.
And
I've seen Walter Mitty so many times. And it never clicked until Sunday that
Walter Mitty, that's Ben Stiller, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome film, awesome soundtrack.
No, it is a good film. I was surprised when I watched it. It was much better. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest.
I have never seen the original, but I don't want it to be fair. I don't want it to spoil it.
I can't remember who's in the original now.
I don't want to see it either. It's from the 50s, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
50s.
What? Yeah, the Simon Pegg films. Now, obviously, Paul.
Yeah.
And Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
What's the supermarket one?
Supermarket.
Yeah, with Timothy Dalton. Hot Fuzz.
Oh, yeah. Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Hot Fuzz.
Those are the 3 films that I've recorded over the last few weeks.
Right, and it's got what's the pub one?
That's Shaun of the Dead, isn't it?
No. There's a pub. We're all going to pub.
I've recorded that one as well.
Something End.
They're all schoolmates that they meet back after night.
Yeah, it's the worst out of the lot. Something End it is.
World's End.
World's End. That's it.
World's End.
Yeah. That one didn't quite do it for me. The rest of them I thoroughly enjoyed, but that one I think just fell a little bit flat. But
I like them all. I enjoyed them all.
I don't know why.
I got introduced to his movies a few years ago, and fair play. Well impressed.
You can't. Obviously, you watch Shameless. Not Shameless. What's it called?
I don't know, but
Simon Pegg's Showman.
I never watched any of his stuff before.
Well, you would enjoy. It's called. Oh my God!
This is the one where celebrities are on it all the time.
No.
Googling it now, yeah.
Yeah, it was called Spaced.
Oh, Spaced. Yeah, I never watched that. I have seen episodes of it. I have not seen it from start to finish. It's something I should really.
You should, because it's up your street.
Yeah.
I think you'd enjoy it. It's really good.
Is it just him, or is it him and Nick Frost as well?
Nick Frost, and what's her name? The girl.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig. Yeah.
My Kristen.
My
Cheryl.
What do you like? Now, this Saturday.
Yes.
Are you available or are you not available? You're not. Right. Okay.
Not until 4 o'clock.
Not till 4 o'clock.
Not till about 4 o'clock, and then but then I'm busy then from 7.
Well, give this week a miss look. And either we'll just want to do an episode this Saturday.
What are you talking about here now?
The something for the weekend with Benny and Egg. Or unless
this week it'll just be something for the weekend with Benny.
It will Benny and guest.
No, I work at 8 till 3 Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I remember that you were working, but we hadn't really quite made a decision on what we were.
No,
doing.
I said in jest that perhaps I could do it, because when I do podcasts, I'm sat in the same seat as I am in work.
Yeah,
but there's too much going on in work, so I will.
That's fair enough.
I'm likely to be out of the house and out on sites on the weekend. So
we won't do it on Saturday. Then I'll see if I can find someone that can fill your boots for the morning.
Unless you wanted to do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning?
Night.
We could do it tomorrow night.
Up to you.
Do something for the weekend on a Friday night.
That's the only option I've basically got. So Saturday night it's all Eurovision. So that's
I did say we could do a Eurovision special and watch Eurovision in our respective homes, and we could do a commentary of Eurovision.
Well, actually, I'm sort of already doing that already.
You two timing me? Are you two timing me, Mr. Egg?
So I've never got into Eurovision at all.
I used to.
Do you know what? The only part of Eurovision I ever watch is the results. Never been interested in the music side of it. But you know what? Over the last week, I've listened to every song, and I've rated every song so far. And in Tuesday, a group of us basically put in our scores for the first semi-final.
Yeah.
This evening, we've done exactly the same, put in our scores for the second semi-final. What we've done, we've made our own semi-finals. It's not the official semi-finals.
Just to see if you can pick who the winner is.
Yeah, so basically, out of the two semi-finals now, we've got all our finalists together for Saturday. And I've got my favourites so far.
No, I haven't heard any of them this year, to be honest.
To be fair,
are they worth listening to?
I've never taken any notice of the music in Eurovision ever. All I'm interested in is why are you Muni nil point? That's all I ever like listening to.
Luxembourg. We are Luxembourg. The score for the UK is nil point.
So this year I've actually listened to all the music, and it's like, don't get me wrong, 80% of it is a pile of pants. It is typical
European music.
No, some of it's good. Some of it's not even cheese. Some of it's downright. Seriously, it's just generic pop rubbish. It's not rubbish. It's just not my taste.
Yeah,
but it's like, no, really. But there's some of it, and I've been trying to learn the dance this week, and I just can't learn it.
What dance are you doing?
The Icelandic song. Awesome. It's awesome song, awesome dance, and it's like, I reckon you like the Icelandic song.
I'll have to have a listen.
The two songs I think will do really. I'm going to say 3 songs now, because I rated one particular song. It was going to be really low down in my ratings today. But I listened to it again, and all I done is I listened. I didn't see the videos, the live performance. All I done was listen to the music, and I listened to the one track by Russia, and I was like, I was going to rank it really low, and I've listened to it a few times today, and I think it's quite a good tune. It's quite funky. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I rated it then a little bit higher, and then I saw the video of them playing live, and I'm in it. So basically,
actual you.
Well, it's basically looks like me in a blue tracksuit.
Tidy that.
But my top 3 at the moment: Iceland, Denmark, Russia.
Iceland, Denmark,
Russia.
Iceland, Denmark, Russia. As any of you wouldn't know if any of them have won in the past.
I don't know. No idea.
I've been enjoying. What country has won the most?
What? Sorry.
What country has won the Eurovision the most?
I don't know. Ireland.
Yeah.
Is it Dana, Johnny Logan?
Yeah.
The Ireland entry is pants. If I remember rightly, I rated it quite low. And in amongst the group of us that voted and put all our votes in, I think they might have even come last in the semi-final.
Oh no! Oh well. Sorry, Ireland. You're not winning this year.
No, they're not this year.
UK's not going to win either. We're definitely not going to win, even if we had the best song in the world.
I listened to the UK song in the bath for the first time this evening.
Yeah.
And our good friend Gareth happened to quote some lyrics from it, which I didn't know he was quoting lyrics from it. But then when I heard it in the bath, it's all about deep sea diving and taking that person's last breath.
Oh, charming.
Yeah,
charming.
Stick with Iceland, Denmark, and Russia. They're the 3 to look out for.
Iceland.
To be fair, I don't even know. Is there actually going to be a Eurovision this weekend? I don't know if it is.
It's a what they've changed the name of it. They have. I'm sure I've seen it. I think, yeah, I'm sure it is Eurovision this weekend, but they've just changed it.
No, I know it's Eurovision this weekend, but are they actually still going? I know the competition can't be held in its normal way with big crowds in the Sanya, but is the competition still going ahead based on the live performances that are already there on YouTube for each song?
I don't know.
Because I think perhaps there might be there's a live performance for every song at the moment on YouTube. I don't understand how that live performance got there in the first place.
Well, perhaps they've been doing these for ages.
Yeah,
and they probably would have. Yeah.
So what I haven't, because I'm not a Eurovision fan, what I haven't looked into yet is Eurovision still happening as a Eurovision on Saturday? So, i.e., will there be a winner, someone crowned?
Or is
it just me and a pile of friends getting together and basically picking our own winner? And it's not going to be I don't know. Basically, all I know is Iceland, Denmark, and Russia.
I was nast.
In fact,
nobody asked.
If I could put a bet on, if it was still going on, I'll put a bet on that.
On
Iceland, Denmark, and Russia.
Well, it's got to be one of them, haven't it?
Well,
you've got to.
No, that's my top three in that order.
Oh, you're allowed to have top three, is it?
No,
Iceland top, then
Iceland,
Denmark,
top,
and then Russia third.
Yes, yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
So if there is a Eurovision, if there is a Eurovision on Saturday and it is going ahead, you do your first.
I'm sure that it is. It's yeah. I think it's just being done over online. That's all I believe.
Just realised I've got a little bit of beer left.
Little bit of beer. Well, while you go on, check it all in.
It's promoting a local brewer.
Yes, we've mentioned Geraint Rhys a number of times. I couldn't remember what the name of the pub was called, so I kept on calling it
the National,
the Spinal Tap.
The National Tap.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't remember, but yeah, lovely ale. Excuse me, good to cheer. That's the only thing about wearing headphones.
They're opening a new place here on Monday. It's going to be called the Garden Tap.
The Garden Tap, where?
Where the National Tap is.
Outside.
It's going to be called the Garden Tap. They'll be selling garden stuff in it.
Oh, right. I get what you mean now. Yeah, everyone's turning their pubs into garden centres.
I reckon pubs could reopen as garden centres. Because what do garden centres sell?
Wheelbarrows.
Plants, don't they? They sell plants.
Yeah.
Right. So, what is the basis of most alcoholic drinks?
Plant-based.
Yeah, well, yeah. What do they make gin out of?
I don't know. It's the potatoes. I know they make whiskey.
You know, my memory's gone blank. But
I'm sure it's potatoes as well, isn't it?
It's like wheat, oats, whatever. Basically,
no, that's beer, that is, man.
Huh?
That's beer, that is.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is alcohol is made from
rotten fruit.
Plant-based things, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the rotten plant-based stuff.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's still something that you can
so all the waste
in a garden centre.
Yeah, no.
So why can't garden centres?
Well, mind you, they both sell screwdrivers.
So the pub sells screwdrivers.
Exactly, that's what I mean. They both sell screwdrivers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They both. Some of them will also
just have to change all the things they name, all the alcohol beverages. They just got to change the name to the wheelbarrow. And the screwdriver.
You can buy flowers.
You can have flowers. You can have flowers. Yeah.
You have a pint of flowers.
You can.
Or you have a bunch of flowers.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why pubs can't open if garden centres can.
Well, I think they should be allowed to open as long as there's social distancing measured.
I don't think they really should be open. But I'm just saying it.
No, but they could. Certain ones could. You know what I mean? As long as people.
As
Not
long
yet.
as they,
In 3 weeks' time, I'm talking about it, not at the moment. But in 3 weeks' time, I think they can start opening certain things because you've got to start giving people trust. If they want us to get used to having social distancing measures, then you've got to start giving people the trust to actually go and do it. And then if they don't, then they be in dickheads, and then you can punish them. But
I think when the time is right, all pubs should be able to open, apart from those where you could spell the word spoons out of its name.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there. That one should just be closed altogether.
That one should just be closed then.
I think it should be boycotted
and burnt to the ground altogether.
Well, I do try and I try and boycott it as much as I can anyway.
Perhaps everyone who works there should turn the microwave to 11 instead of 10, so they burn the place down.
That's terrorism talk, that is, dude. Can't talk like that.
What's that? What's that?
It's a vicious circle. It's a vicious circle. Well, we've done nearly. We've just had over an hour and a half, and 20 minutes, and be 2 hours. And we could probably talk all night. In fact,
probably
could talk all night. But I'm dying for a pee and a cup of tea. Now me and Eggy will be back together next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday at 10 a.m.
Really?
I assume so. And
yeah.
For the weekend, because he forgets that we do a radio podcast together on a Saturday morning. It's thank you for coming on Benny Babbles Egg and talking about you. He's gonna finish the night off the way that he started in his dicky bow. Is there anything? Well, no, you got nothing to promote. Got nothing going on.
Plenty to report. Plenty to promote.
Go on then. Give it. This is your time to shine.
Plenty of live music to promote. To get online and support your local artists. They're all doing web streaming and live gigs and I know, selling merchandise to replace that income that they lost over the course of the last few months. So
if you've got income,
just carry on and follow live music but follow it online and buy the music, buy the merchandise.
And not only live music as well. There's lots of entertainers that are online doing different things.
Well, bollocks them. From the live music
to music, and there are a lot of them. So yeah, give them all a big support. Support your local artists, as well as local shops as well. If you can't get down to Tesco's Asda's because the booking slot is 7 weeks away, go down your local shop.
Right. No, there's a way easy to get around all that booking bollocks.
Is there? Go on. Yeah. It's only me and you watch it, so nobody else can find out.
Because I booked a slot yesterday for like 2.5 weeks' time.
Oh yeah, you got to put £40 in your basket.
No, you don't have to put that. You just pack and chewing gums if you want.
Yeah, you can put anything. I think you got to spend a certain amount in your basket.
No, if you spend under so much, then yeah, you get charged like £8 or whatever.
Ah, right.
But as long as you just add and change the order so it's enough by the time, then fine.
There we are, folks. This is how Eggy cheats the system.
It's not cheating. It's like, by that date, I will know what I need to do. Know what I need to order.
What shopping you need.
The mothership will know what shopping I got to order for her, so she can give me her list. I'll order it for her. Put the order up. If anybody else wants an order, then feel free.
What day?
As long as you don't ask for loose carrots, because that put me over the edge a couple of weeks ago. Tesco's ordering system will only let you order, I think it's 80 items or 70 items.
Right.
So my mother wanted, say, a pound of carrots. but it was obviously loads of other things on order as well, right? So say for argument's sake, a tray of carrots is one item,
Yeah.
but they didn't have the tray of carrots that she wanted. She said, "Oh, just give me a pound of loose carrots then." So I was like, "Well, you're ordering online now, innit? So how do you know what a pound of loose carrots is going to be?" So I had to go online. I had to Google weight of an average size carrot, and it basically said how much a carrot would normally weigh. So I was like, "So how many carrots would make up a pound of carrot?" So I was like, 14.
It's like one of these riddles.
So I had to type in then loose carrots, add 14 carrots. I couldn't order them because it took me over the 80 limit or the 70 limit ordering thing. So I had to knock off. I had to think then, like, well, what can I knock off? So my mother can have it 14 carrots.
Ah.
So I was like, I had to ditch my Welsh cakes.
I got Welsh
I-
cakes.
So I had to like ditch like say a pack of Pringles out of the 2 hours order. I can only have one this week. So and she got her 14 salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Basically she got her 14 carrots in the end.
She had a 14 carrots.
Crap
Did a good
story. It's a crap story, but I'm just saying that how rubbish that the online ordering system is.
Yeah, that is a bit silly when you got to order like a pound of carrots as one carrot.
So basically, if I wanted 6 pound of carrots,
You'd have to order.
I'd have to order. I'd be over the 70 or 80 item limit, and it would probably cost me, I don't know, a £5 for 70 carrots, and £5 then for delivery. So I would have had a 10.
I dare you.
Can you imagine that?
I dare you to order 80 carrots from Tesco's. I dare you. When we're back on next week, right, on something for the weekend, I want to see you a bed covered in carrots.
Do you know what?
Oh my God! Somebody out there has got to try this. They've got to order 80 carrots on Tesco's.
No, it's something I'm dull enough to do now. I'll go when I'm done here now. I'm going to go online, find the cheapest delivery slot. So last night I found a delivery slot for the 30th and the 31st of May, Saturday and Sunday in a fortnight's time. So I've booked a delivery for the Saturday, but that's going to be a genuine order. But if I can find what I'll do, I'll look out for the cheapest delivery slot. I'm not paying £5, £6, £7 for flipping delivery of 70 carrots. But if it's like a £2 delivery charge, then I might, just for a laugh. I wouldn't need the carrots, but I could donate into a food bank or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I could just show Tesco's ordering system how shit it is, because it is shit in that respect.
I wonder if they haven't got 80 carrots, what they would send in as replacement goods, because there is some funny stories of what they actually replace.
My sister was I was telling my sister yesterday, quick sis, there's order slots on Tesco's, and she was like saying the palaver she's had in the past with Asda's, whereby she obviously, if you're ordering loads of ingredients or something, then obviously you might want a couple of onions, bit of garlic, carrots, spuds, celery, whatever. She needed a Swede, so they didn't have any Swedes, so they sent her the alternative,
which was
the turnip.
Did it turn up?
Yeah, she had a turnip instead of Swede.
Honestly,
obviously, when the order was put in, like, she asked for the turnip. Didn't say there's none there, but obviously, when it comes to the day, then if there's none there, they send an alternative. Which
I know, but it's funny to see what some things that they actually,
Oh, I think my niece ordered a like a turkey for Christmas.
Yeah,
had the delivery, and then a couple of days before Christmas, turns up, no turkeys left. Sorry, but we got you some turkey Twizzlers instead.
I know people that are very similar thing where they've ordered, like chicken and things like that, and they've put frozen like chicken bloody bites in it instead, like instead of fresh chicken. It's because people, I suppose, in the warehouse are young, they have no common sense, and they haven't really got a clue what food is. Unless you can KFC.
So, 70. I am going to check this now. I'm going to see if I can order 70 carrots.
Oh, right. This is something for us to follow up on next Saturday then. Right. What a way to end. What a way to end a podcast on Eggy going to buy 70 carrots. Thanks again, Egg, for coming on and having a chat with me. Thanks everyone that's watched and listened. Please subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. I'll be back in the next couple of days. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget. Before I go, this is a word from our sponsor. Ta-ra. Bye.